In this video, we'll be drawing a simple oval sink. To get started, we'll create a new file, and this sink we've already measured to be 17 inches wide and 13 inches high, so we'll key in these sizes into the job size. The thickness of the material will be 1.25 inches, and we want the origin of the sink design file to be right at the bottom middle of this drawing. First, we're going to select the center, and we're going to offset it down to half of the height. This height here is 13 inches, so we want to move it down from the center half of that. Which will be 6.5 inches. So as we type that in, we'll see that the Y0 will be right here, and the middle 0 is going to be right there, which is right where we want it. To explain a little bit, the reason for this is when we insert a piece of material into the sink machine, the operator will mark off the bottom middle of the sink, and from there the sink machine will cut the sink out relative to that point. So in our drawing, this point here is that where the operator is going to mark off the sink. So to create an oval sink, the tool we're going to use is called Draw Ellipse. I'm going to click that, put in our size, and create it. As you can see, it's not where we want it right now. To move it, we're going to select on the line, select it again to enable moving, and click and drag. I'm going to grab that bottom middle point right there and put it where it should be. And there we have it. Our sink is correctly positioned. Now we can generate the toolpath, which prepares it to be sent to the machine. I'm going to do this Toolpaths tab. We're going to click Profile Toolpath, which just means that the machine is going to cut around the line. And we're going to set these settings, which are going to apply to the machine. The start depth is 0, which means that it starts cutting at the surface of the material. Cut depth, we can set it to 1.4, which is a little bit thicker than the thickness of the material, just in case, to make sure it cuts all the way through. I'm going to select the tool that we're going to use, which is the incremental bit. And I'll just look through the settings real quick, make sure everything's correct. The bit is 0.8 inches around. The pass depth is 0.1 inches. We're going to cut it, or we're going to be removing 0.1 inches of material every time it goes around the circle. The speed can be 10,000 or 12,000 RPM. And feed rate, we can leave it at 30. In some cases we can go more, sometimes less. We want it to cut on the inside of the circle, of course. We're going to select it here to add a ramp to the toolpath. So as the machine is going around, it's going to go deeper and deeper, gradually. And click. This little warning just tells us it's going to cut all the way through the material. And now we're going to see a little preview of what the machine is going to be doing. And there we have it. This blue line right here, it's called the toolpath, which is how the machine is going to be traveling. We're going to select this toolpath called Profile 1 that we just created, and we're going to save it to a file. It's this button with this little diskette right here. Click Save Toolpath, making sure that this is selected. And we'll give it a name. However you identify sinks at your shop, possibly with a model number. We're going to save this file, and now this file is ready to be transferred over to the sync machine.